Hi my friend. You went to the channel where we will talk and show games for mobile devices. Vacations will begin soon, which means that you have my friend. There will be a lot of free time. Of course you want to play mobile games, but you don't feel like wasting time looking for good games, and so I specially picked up the games for you. All this is done so that you do not waste time searching, but only enjoy the game and be happy. And so we begin 5 good games for shooter fans. Number 5. So, Modern Combat 5. The apocalypse has already happened. Universal confusion has gripped the world, and only our protagonist with his comrades is able to disentangle the brood porridge. All game characters are divided into 4 classes: attack aircraft, sniper, scout and infantryman. They are available not only in single-player mode, but also in multiplayer. We didn't forget about the experience system. For killing and completing tasks, you are awarded points. Of particular note is the multiplayer. It has 5 modes. The familiar free game, VIP, you need to protect important personalities. Battle of the squads, you can create your brotherhood and become the coolest guys on the server. Capture the flag. Here you just need to occupy enemy territory and the banal command battle. Although who needs a plot if there's cool graphics? In this regard, Gameloft has never experienced the problem. The picture in Modern Combat 5 can be safely compared with the console 2-3 inches years ago. Even the smallest elements are traced, which is not typical for mobile games, and the surrounding world is partially destroyed, attached to reality. Glare of the sun, drops of water, all this too. You can talk endlessly. It's better to play one time. So, we move on to the next line of our hit parade. Number 4. Frontline Commando 2. The player will lead a special forces unit opposing terrorists, separatists and other rebels. However, peace negotiations should not be expected from the game. The conflict flame will be extinguished by force, as well as by the skillful management of your squad. Although this is not the main characteristic of the game, Frontline Commando is a team game, where about a quarter of success in missions will depend on the skills of colleagues. But enough lyrics, it's time to go into battle. If you played one of the games noted in the first paragraph, then Frontline Commando 2 is unlikely to surprise you. If not, the meaning is pretty simple. By moving your finger across the screen, we can aim. The fighter himself is in hiding. By tapping on the shot icon, we open fire on the chosen target, and the enemies, in turn, begin to shoot at us. Therefore, having made a couple of cues, it would be logical to hide back in the shelter by pressing the corresponding button. Sometimes it's not only useful, but it will also be necessary to change the cover by pressing the arrow at the edge of the screen. This will help minimize the effects of a grenade explosion or a shot from a rocket launcher. But we will not stay in this position for long and move on to the next step of our top list. Number 3. Space Marshals. From the moment of their appearance made a great impression on critics and gamers. The developers at Pixelbyte Games include everything you need: beautiful graphics, a large amount of content, and ease of management with the ability to connect MFI controllers. The plot in the game is served through regular text dialogues, so that all without frills. The main thing in Space Marshals is an excellent tactical component. The camera is somewhere under the ceiling. The Wild West of the future is spread below. As before, the game can be played, conditionally, in 2 ways: quiet or loud, with dynamite. The second option is more effective, but boring. You will famously shoot from the hip, scatter explosives, blow up red barrels, and have fun in every possible way. Sometimes Space Marshals 2 will punish such behavior, but in general, no problems are expected. However, it is much more interesting to play stealth. In the end, in vain, or something. Space Marshals 2 is so reminiscent of Commandos. Space Marshals 2 was a very worthy continuation of the first part of the adventures of Marshal Burton. And if we consider this game in terms of a sequel, then in Pixelbite, in my opinion, we could try and work out the gameplay part of the game even better. I hope you enjoyed what you heard and saw. Now we go to the next line of our list. Number 2. Dead Rivals. The gameplay is built on battles in a new world. He survived the zombie apocalypse and now everything is bad. Zombies are loose everywhere. They need to be killed and pass tasks. You create the character and then take a short training course. Then we are sent to the virtual world, where there are a lot of tasks. We play from a third party. In general, everything is very interesting. True, the tasks very much depend on the level of your equipment. Winning just doesn't work. You need to constantly invest resources and improvements. Try to use skills and objects. The management here is very well implemented. We have a virtual joystick on the left side of the screen to control all this action. On the right side there is a shot key and additional skills. Thanks to this, playing is really interesting and cool, as there are no problems on the part of the management. Honestly, this is very rare for third-person shooters. This means that you must go to the next line of the hit parade. Number 1. PUBG Mobile is the official application for mobile terminals from the developer Tencent Games. The main goal of PUBG Mobile is to become the last surviving player. Therefore, there is no need to kill everyone. Priority survival and engage in battle only if it helps you win the match. PUBG Mobile has several game modes: single, duet and team. It is best to start playing in single-player mode. You can also choose a third-person or first-person view. Transport is the fastest way to travel on the map. The game has buggies, motorcycles, various cars, and boats. The game was created on one of the common engines, Unreal 4. To play without freezing, you need a good phone or tablet with high characteristics of the processor and RAM. A full description of items, and especially cartridges, will help PUBG beginners very much, since in the original game we learn how to remember which weapons these or other ammunition are for. We also could not ignore the very convenient interface during the battle. Convenient display of equipment level, helmet, armor, backpack, the fire button on both sides of the screen, which allows you to aim, control the hero and fire simultaneously for the fighter to start the sprint. Just move the cursor a little higher than his main area. In the game you have to be very careful, move quietly, and not depart far from your comrades who can help with ammunition and medicines. The graphics are good, physics at a decent level. It is best to play on the tablet, as the screen is larger and the handling is more comfortable. Can talk about this game a lot of time. It is better to play one time than hear 100 times. In conclusion, I can say that an excellent time killer, from 20 minutes to 3 to 4 hours, and sometimes all night it is possible to play. So, these were 5 fascinating shooters. I hope you have fun when you play, enjoy good graphics and exciting gameplay. Thanks for watching. It was a Game Time Chanel just for you. If you liked the video, then subscribe to the channel and like it. Write your posters. I will be pleased to answer everyone. Merry Christmas and New Year.